Hello, and welcome to the Southern Bourbon and Whiskey Talk channel. This is Chris. I'm doing my first live stream and everything, so I kind of had an experience this morning. I tried to do a small live stream from my cell phone, and well, I kind of forgot to fully charge the phone. That's just one of those glitches that happen. So I decided to up it a little bit and try it on the laptop. Well, as with everything, there's little technology glitches, and evidently um, you have to do it from Google Chrome, so it doesn't like any other internet platforms. So, technology always an interesting thing. So, all right. Well, hopefully, those of you that come on and join, welcome. This is my first attempt at a live chat and everything. So I just wanted to do a few things today. One is do a review of a product my friend Troy sent me. He sent me a bunch of samples actually recently, and I know I'm going to get ready to post a video and have it ready to be up on YouTube tomorrow morning on the High West Distillery Prison Share. So I'm going to have that posted. But right now, I'm going to do a review on Old Ezra number 7, and then just talk about a few other things. So let's get into the Old Ezra number 7. So, and I'd be curious what everybody else out there is sipping on this weekend. So post it in the comments, everything, what you're sipping and what have you. So. All right, real quick, just a few things about Old Ezra. Number 7, it's a Lux Row distilling product, and this is a cast strength offering that comes in at 117 proof. It's aged 7 years, as is in the name of Old Ezra 7. And the mash bill, it's a pretty standard mash bill for a lot of bourbons these days. 78% corn, 12% malted barley, and 10% rye. The only dilemma out there is where did this product or the juice come from? I know Lux Road does a lot of stuff with MGP in Indiana, source it from them. But that mash bill reminds me a lot of Heaven Hill. So it's a possibility they're getting this from Heaven Hill. I'm not sure. But if anybody does know that and have any intel, let me know out there. All right, so we'll get into this and everything. So it's got a really nice color, kind of like a dark copper color, and everything. So I think, and some of y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, this is not a product that I see here in Ohio, the Old Ezra 7 cast strength. I know you can buy it at the distillery. I've never paid close attention. I think the MSRP is $55, but let me know in the comments. So, all right, we'll get into the nose on this. So it's really sweet. Pick up some like pepper, some ethanol, some vanillas, some cinnamon, like raw sugar on it. So it smells really good. It's got a good strong ethanol kick and everything. There's definitely like a oak char from the wood barrels, of course. But it does smell good. So, all right, let's get into the palate on this. So, cheers, my friends. All right. Very good mouth coating. And I'm looking at the glass. It's kind of oily, which is good. So it's got some legs to it. It's got a really good Kentucky hug and everything. The vanilla is strong on the tongue. The pepper is there. Cinnamon, definitely some cinnamon. Almost reminds me of a sweet treat that I like, a churro and everything. So I've never really gotten a churro off of a bourbon or whiskey. So, mm, that's really good. That's a good offering from Lux Row. And if that MSRP on this is $50 to $55, that's a strong buy. 7-year age, cast strength product. Um, Very solid offering. I would tell you, if you see this, it's a buy. And I see this next, I'll be buying it and everything. So, all right. So, anybody that's online, hello, welcome to the channel. I welcome your comments out there. Have you had Old Ezra cast strength before? Any Lux Row products and everything? Maybe what you're drinking this weekend. I'd be interested to hear from you and everything. I know Lux Row has a few products and everything. And like I said, they do source a lot of their products. MGP is a common sourcer, and I suspect this is a Heaven Hill offering or from them, but it's very good. I know the most popular product that they have that has a cult following, and I want to get a bottle of this. It's an annual release of the Blood Oath and everything. It's a high rye whiskey product that's finished in some way, and the way they finish it varies every year. I know last year's release was finished in Calvados cask, which is like apple brandy and everything. So that would be really good. I know they're coming out with a Blood Oath Pack 9 this year, and they're always 98.6 proof, and that's kind of a funny spin off on your normal body temperature. So that's kind of a funny little gimmick that they have and everything, right? So my bottom line on Old Ezra, 7-year cast strength, like I said, on the nose, it carries through to the palate. Vanillas, raw sugar, cinnamon, barrel char. Reminds me a lot of like I said, a churro. So I'd say it's a buy if it's $50 to $55. That's very solid and everything, right? So, all right, a few other things that's on my mind is one is today it was still a cool day out here in Ohio, but it was a decent day, first decent day we've had in a while, to where I could get out and smoke a cigar and everything. So I'll kind of talk about that and kind of things that I like to smoke on. So what I had today was this Diesel Whiskey Row, and they are barrel aged or finished, whatever you want to call it, with rabbit hole distillery barrels. This was a really solid smoke and everything. I bought 5 of these a few weeks ago, and it's kind of a mild to medium smoke. It's constructed really well. I didn't have to touch it up a lot at all. So it was a really good burn and everything. As it did get to the end, it did get a little stronger, more to the medium end and everything. But it was a really good smoke, and it would definitely be something that I would be glad to have in the future. Okay. Now, one big product that I've always been a fan of with cigars is anything Rocky Patel. And the two current Rocky Patel sticks that I have is the Rocky Patel Vintage 2008 Cameroon, and I haven't had this one in a long time and everything. So I'm looking forward to that one later. And then I have some Rocky Patel Vintage 1992s, and I've had these. These are really solid, medium smokes and everything. And I've got it in a Churchill. It's kind of my favorite size and everything. Kind of a 7-inch by 48 gauge, I think is what that one is. But my all-time favorite Rocky Patel smoke is the vintage 1990. That's definitely my favorite one. So, if you want to, I got into cigars a few years ago. I don't smoke a whole lot and everything. I might have one or two a week. So it's just a nice, way to pass time and enjoy the week and everything, and kind of relax and what have you. So, that's about cigars. Kind of comment what kind of cigars do you like, if you do, and what have you. So, all right. So, I want to talk about some general bourbon whiskey topics out there and everything. So, it definitely seems that a lot of products are harder to find. At least that's my experience. And I live in Ohio, which is a state control liquor store system. So, they do really hard to find allocated products, normally through a bottle lottery. They usually have 2 or 3 lotteries a year. That part, I think, is totally fair and everything. It gives everybody a fair shake at getting a rare, hard to find product, right? Now, the part I don't like so much, and I'm sure this goes on in a lot of states, is the good old boy system, where you'll have a liquor store. They have their friends. You can call them frequent customers, whatever you want to call them, and they'll keep bottles to the side for them, and then someone else will go in. Not rudely, like I'll go into a store and just look around and even buy another product. I'll ask them, like, hey, do you have so-and-so? And you'll kind of get the old cold shoulder and everything. And I've been around long enough to understand what's on the up and up there. So that's kind of a turn off and everything. But what brought this up is yesterday we was out hunting, and I've been hunting this bottle on a few different occasions since it was released in early January. Is the Bardstown Bourbon Company Bottled and Bond, the wheated bourbon. And so I went into a store yesterday that I thought had it, and then they come to find out they just changed their system over, and they don't. They had some earlier in the week, but I missed them. But I went in and I found a bottle I've been looking for anyways, the Wild Turkey Rare Breed. This is an excellent bourbon if you haven't had it. So it's kind of a derivative of Wild Turkey 101, but it's kicked up a few notches. It's a barrel proof, non-chill filtered product. Really delicious and everything. So this product I paid $49 for. And I'll tell you, we're talking about hard to find rare bourbons. This will beat out a lot of allocated bourbons any day of the week. You can blind this against some of the more expensive products, it's going to beat it, or it's going to hold its toe with that one and everything. So I was glad to find that. But in the middle of buying Wild Turkey Rare Breed, I was making some small talk with the guy that worked in the store and everything. And I've been in the store on a few different occasions, and they're very nice folks. They seem to actually be very reputable and everything, and straight up. So he gave me some intel about when they have their whiskey bourbon drops. So I'll definitely take advantage of that intel and check it out and everything. But he told me the sad part is that there's these whiskey collectors, bourbon collectors, whatever you want to call them. They know about that drop as well, and they'll show up before the store opens early in the morning and sit there till the store opens. They're kind of rude. They'll get in the way of the store, putting their product out on the shelf and everything, getting it ready. And they're there basically to resell, and don't get me wrong, I have no problem with people, supply and demand, people making a little money. It's a free market economy, and I'm a big capitalist and everything and believe in it. But there's something a little wrong with that, It kind of goes hand in hand with what happened a year or two ago with the folks with the PlayStation 5 and everything, and people just going out with these bots and buying them up, taking a $250, $300 gaming system and selling it for $1,000, $1,200. Again, I'm all about the capitalist free market, but there's something wrong with that and everything. People, again, deserve a chance to have these good bourbons and good whiskeys and everything. The liquor stores marking them up, I have a less of a problem with. And that, the stores in your non-state controlled stores, a lot of them do that. And that's their business. They're a business. They have a right to do that. Now, I have a right to stay away from them, just like I have a right to stay away from the shady liquor stores, and I certainly will. But that's my thought on it. But I have a way to get the Bardstown Bourbon bottled and bond. Me and my wife's driving down to Tennessee here in a few weeks, and I plan on making a stop into Bardstown Bourbon Company. I'm fairly confident that product's always on the shelf down there, and I plan on purchasing a bottle and hooking my friend Troy up, who give me some of these nice this Old Ezra sample here, right? So that I'm gonna stop into Heaven Hill, see what they have and everything. So, but that's enough of that and everything. No crying over a spilt milk, but it's just the reality of the world we live in and everything. Don't get me wrong. I really think hunting some of this stuff, it's fun and what have you, but people just taking advantage of others, I'm not a fan of that. The whole part of this community, it's not collecting bottles, it's enjoying them and sharing them with friends and family. That's really what it's about. So, all right. So, and that kind of leads me to my next topic is sharing. My friend Troy was very generous enough to share some of his really solid products that he has and everything. And I've got him a bottle that I'm going to be taking him here in a few weeks that he's been looking for, the Calumet 16 year. I got that one. But what I was going to say is, a part of this YouTube channel If there's any products that you'd like to have tasted, sampled on video, let me know. Send me a message, post a reply, and let me know what you'd like to share. And I'd be very appreciative for one. But also, I'm not opposed to sharing some of the stuff that I have because that's what this is about. So, please, post in the comments what you have. If you'd like to share something to put on video or just to share just because. And I can let you know what I have and we can make that happen. So that's the great part of this community and everything, right? So, all right. So I'll close with really two things here. Is one, some things I'm planning on doing videos on over the next few weeks. One is obviously I plan on doing videos on the rest of the samples that Troy sent me, and he sent me some really good ones. Like I said, I already did the prisoner share from High West. I'm going to get that video ready to be posted, and I just did Old Ezra. He sent me a Henry McKenna 10-year. I had a little sip of that, and that's very good. And then he sent me two Maker's Mark products, the BRT-01 from last year, and then a bottle, 4 vets, 5 vets. And basically it was some veterans that went in and kind of did a barrel select at Maker's Mark and everything. And I'm really looking forward to trying that. And then there's one or two others that I'm going to do videos on. And of course, I've got Wild Turkey 101 I need to do a review on as well. I'm kind of looking at my shelf to see what I haven't videoed yet. There's a Jim Beam Distillery exclusive that my wife Angela bought me. I've got to do a video on. I've got Eagle Rare. I need to video that. A lot of people loves Eagle Rare. Definitely going to do that, as well as the Cooper's Craft 100. That's one of my favorite frequent sippers. It's inexpensive, sometimes hard to find, but it's very good. Let's see here. I'm trying to think what else I have. Four Roses Small Batch Select. So those are just a few things. And along with, I want to do a quick video on infinity bottles and everything, what they are. Everybody has different ways they work their infinity bottle. So I just want to do a quick video on how I work my infinity bottle. And then in March, April, we all know what happens in March and April. That's college basketball, March Madness. And I'm going to do a series of videos. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. I might call it Mash Madness or something like that, where I sample, have, one product against another, pick 16 of them, and have like a real tournament bracket and get down to the winner and everything. There's a lot of YouTube folks out there that do these every year. So I think I'm going to do my own version of one this year and everything. Be good fun and everything. So there's that. And, right now I'm just in the mode of trying to get this channel up and running and everything and try to build subscribership. You kind of got to crawl before you walk, right? So that's kind of the mode that I'm in. At some point, the goal would be to set something up like through Patreon and having supporters out there and everything. Because I'll tell you, the one thing I've found is, and I had another whiskey tuber tell me in an email I was communicating with before I got this started. There's a guy out there. He has great content, the Bourbon Judge. I don't know if you ever watched the Bourbon Judge. Go out there and watch him. The one thing he did tell me is that there's a lot of investment and time into putting the product out there. and when I got started, and even up to recently, my kind of product, it was kind of rudimentary and everything. So I would film a lot of the videos on my cell phone and everything, get them posted. I got good content out there, no doubt about it. But now I'm trying to up my game a little bit with some more graphics, and everything, and some more embedded content within the video, like the mash bills, the cost, and everything. So it's truly an investment in time. So that's where support from Patreon would greatly help and everything. But there's got to be give back there, and I'd like to think through that before I do it, figure it out. Maybe sample giveaway, everything, once or twice a year, bottle giveaways, that kind of stuff. To give back to the community for giving back to this channel. So that's some things that I'm thinking about, but I'm quite a bit away from there. So I'm just trying to build the channel up. So you could help me there by just sharing the message of the channel, what I do, my mission, and my mission from day one was to share knowledge with the average bourbon whiskey consumer and everything, not with the collector, not with the folks that drink only allocated high price bourbon and whiskey. I'm an everyday guy. I have a budget, and so that's the message I'm trying to communicate. The good bourbon, the whiskeys you can drink on a budget, and every now and then get one of those allocated products and everything to enjoy with friends or on a special occasion. So that's my mission and everything. So I see a few folks out there on the channel. Hey, what's up? I thank you for coming out and viewing this live stream and everything. Post comments and everything. I really appreciate it. Cheers to you. I appreciate your support. And even put, comments out there. Send me a message on what you'd like to see, what I could do to improve the content, because, that's kind of my goal, is to just share this information in the best way possible and get it out, because it is something that I do enjoy doing and everything, but it is truly an investment in time and what have you. So, going out and finding products and everything, trying to be creative and getting the products in this tough market. And then just editing videos. It's not one of those 5-minute deals and you're done and what have you. So, but that's it, folks. Again, I like to hear from you what you're having to drink this weekend and what have you. In the sports world, hey, it's a good time of the year. I know the best time of the year, college football is over, obviously, and I'm waiting on September to get here to watch the Tennessee Vols and see how we progress in this next season. Tennessee basketball is looking really, really solid right now. I think they're 19-4 right now. I hope they remain in the top 5. They kind of had a setback earlier in the week, went down to Florida and kind of fell on their face. So hopefully they stick around. College hockey is getting into the big part of their season. I'm a big North Dakota Fighting Sioux fan, so they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to get into the college hockey playoff. That's a 16-team deal, and right now they're not going to get in if the season ended. So they need to close the season very strong. I don't know how many of you ever follow college hockey, but North Dakota is one of those premier college programs. They've won 8 national championships in their history and everything, and have a great history of the NCAA tournament. But this year, they're definitely in danger of not making it. So, but they got some work to do. But that is part of what happens, and it happens in college basketball a lot too, where the the NHL takes a lot of your talent, because a lot of these young men are drafted already right out of high school. Then they come to college at North Dakota, and depending on their talent level, they're there for 1 year, 2 years sometimes. So they've lost a lot of really solid players, and this is kind of a retooling year. They got some good talent. We just went to a game, last weekend or the weekend before, out in Oxford, Ohio, when they played Miami University, and they took a sweep to them. So, but they got work to do, right? So, and then the Super Bowl's coming up. I past few years haven't been a big follower of the NFL and everything. I keep up with the teams on ESPN and what have you, to be knowledgeable. But am I going to watch the Super Bowl? Probably not. I'd rather watch the commercials and everything. So I've got my personal reasons I'm not going to get into. I don't watch the NFL. I personally think, aside from my personal reasons, I think college football is a way better product anyways, but even college football is getting watered down with some of the stuff going on, like with the transfer portal and what have you. So, but there's that. So, all right, my friends. Well, I'm going to close out. I've rambled on enough. So those of you that came out here to watch this live, hey, I appreciate you taking your time to come out and check the content out, support, share, subscribe if you haven't, spread the word to your friends, get them to subscribe, and check out all the past content that I've posted. Hit that alert bell so you don't miss any of the content out there, because I usually post 1 to 2 videos a week, just depending on what's going on. So, all right, with that, my friends, cheers to you, and good health, and until next time.